Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are patching up some drywall here. Unfortunately had a window leak, so came in right here, but ended up cutting this out, trying to figure out where the leak was coming from. Got it all fixed, so now we need to patch this up. So, let's see if I can get you in closer here. Go ahead and stick this right back in here. There too. All right. That. Just have as much support behind it as possible is all I want. Now let's go ahead and start figuring out the size for this. So I just have a piece of drywall. Let's get the sizing this up here. Just cut paper off. Okay. Go. Fits pretty nice right there. There we go. Okay, so that's in there. So now we gotta go get some mud. I'm going to show you what I'm going to use because this is going to take a couple coats. So let me go grab some of that. I just got a little mud pan, and then I use this Easy Sand 5 for some smaller jobs. The reason I like it is it has a really short working time. Problem is it has a really short working time. So this stuff also has the name of hot mud, is what you'll have to hear it called. Theoretically, from what I've heard, I guess it's a little bit stronger. And since we have some larger gaps of trying to fit a piece in here, I like using this because it feels like it makes these patches all one piece of drywall. So, which will make your patch will make your patch stronger. So, first pass does not have to be. Alright, so first pass here, I just want to cover as much, and fill in this gap as much as possible. That's the goal with this first pass. gonna take a good bit of mud when we do the tape and the final coat or two, because there's a pretty good gap here. Try to not make a bigger mess than I need to with this stuff, just because it needs a little more sanding. Okay. All right, you don't need to overdo it, just clean it up a little bit and then walk away. Let it dry. All right, so it's next day. That easy sand stuff, you can normally let it sit for, a couple hours would be safe. For that 5-minute stuff, they have other options. I think there's a 15, a 30, a 45, and maybe even like a 60 and a 90, depending on where you go. So this is just pre-mixed compound. So dust control, USG. I just buy this at Home Depot. What you do want to do though, I've already done it to this, is you do want to add some water and mix it. You don't want it to be very, very soupy or anything like that. But for taping, it's like it will start to drip, and if you shake it more, it will fall off. If you try and mud with this stuff right out of the pail and not mixing, you're gonna make it way more difficult on yourself. So let's go inside and we're gonna tape, and then we're gonna do one coat over top, and I'm gonna show you how I prep it for that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take my knife and run it all around where I mudded and try and knock off as much of the high spots as possible. And then I just take a sanding sponge and just go over this real quick. Okay, so I use mesh tape. I'm sure I'll hear about it in the comments, but this is what I have used. I've done a whole basement with this and I don't have any cracks. So we're just gonna spread this like that. And to make this look good, you're gonna have to feather it out quite a ways. So I'm actually gonna do a piece here like this, just because I have a little bit of a lip, so we'll build it up. Just like that, and we'll do another piece right there. Make sure that sticks well. Good. And then another piece right here. And then you can, if you want, I don't think I'm going to need to, but you could actually put some over your corner trim here, but this is actually already somewhat embedded. So first pass here is just going to be to get as much of this covered as possible. This side over here, you may actually be wondering, there's not tape here. This side actually lined up really well and there isn't much of a gap. But the rest of this did need tape. If the tape is not fully covered, it's not a big deal because we're going to do one more coat after this. Just trying to do as best as you can. This is always a little bit intimidating. So to feather edges, to make it where you're going to need less sanding, let me see if I can get you in here closer potentially. Okay, so all I do is you actually just press on the edge you're wanting to feather. So if I'm on this side, I'm going to be pressing more towards this corner, and then this will allow you to do that. So I took a little bit too much off, so we'll just put that back on. To get this to where it looks like it's all one piece, you are going to have to go out farther than you think you will to get it feathered out correctly. So let's go ahead and we'll clean this up here. Clean all of this around this way. Okay, just clean this up. If there's lots of little ridges and you can still see some of the mesh, like I said, don't worry about it because we're going to do one more coat and that'll be what covers it. Okay, so it doesn't have to look perfect. Don't stress out. So that is what the first coat after tape looks like. So there may be a little ridge or something. You're gonna potentially, if you're new to this, your sanding will be able to help you with these ridges. If you have them, like when you're cleaning this up, don't worry about it. You could do more damage and have to keep doing it, and then you'll get frustrated. So walk away. Once everything is covered, just walk away. So we'll give this time to dry. We may be able to do this tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this up, we'll let everything dry, and then we'll come back, we're going to sand it, and we're going to do one more coat. All right, so we are here for final coat. I'm using the exact same mud as I did yesterday for the previous coat. And I'm actually going to use the same knife. I was going to go get a bigger knife, but the only other bigger knife I had is 12 inches, and that's a little too big for the size of what I'm trying to do here. I just thought it'd be a little too unwieldy. So I have gone ahead and just quickly sanded over this. So there is some spots with some tape showing still, not a big issue. We're gonna go ahead and put another coat on this. Hoping this is gonna be the last coat. But like I said, on the last coat we did, if you have, if you have ridges in your mud from just going up and down like this, try to smooth it out. If there's a ridge, don't worry about it, you can knock that off easily with sanding. And if you sand too far, fortunately you can fix it. Unfortunately, it just means it takes you a few hours longer for the mud to dry. So. Feather that out. The bigger you make your patch, the easier it's going to be to get it to blend in with the rest of your wall here. So that is fine. I got a couple marks here, but I'm worried that if I try and make this perfect, I'll end up making more work for myself. Okay, so that's it. It doesn't take very long. It took, what, 3 minutes to do that? So we're gonna go ahead. I got a couple ridges from the knife. Not a big deal. I'll knock down with the sander in one pass. Yeah, so I think that'll be it. So hopefully next image you'll just see the finished product after I painted. Don't need to show you how to paint. Sanding's easy. I just use a little sanding sponge. So wait for this to dry, sand it down, paint it up, and I'll show you the results. Hey everyone, so it is the next morning. Everything has dried. I've already painted, and out of the shadow here, you can see that it is gone. So this process I use does work. If you guys have any questions, please put those down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.